Gold Rush. What happened to John Schnabel? Of all the miners who've come and gone over 14 seasons of Gold Rush, John Schnabel is one who doesn't get mentioned all that often these days. But there's arguably no single miner who's had as big an impact on the series, as he was indeed the gold-loving grandfather to Gold Rush fan favorite Parker Schnabel. As longtime fans of the series know, John essentially taught his grandson everything he knows about mining, setting the youngster on the path to the incredible success he's had. John, of course, spent much of his own life working the hills of Alaska in his own pursuit of gold. He did not, however, make his first Gold Rush appearance until Season 2. That just so happens to be the same season in which Parker was first introduced to viewers, and watching John impart his years of hard-earned wisdom was heartwarming to say the least. Sadly, Grandpa John hasn't been around to offer Parker guidance since Season 6, having succumbed to congestive heart failure in March of 2016. The elder Schnabel was 96 years old at the time of his death. He lived most of his life mining in Alaska, having moved to Haines at the age of 19. Schnabel purchased Big Nugget Mine 45 years later, and it continues to produce for the Schnabel family today. While he lived a long, adventurous life, Grandpa John's presence is sorely missed on Gold Rush, and his passing spawned heartfelt outpourings of admiration from former co-stars. Parker Schnabel has continued his grandpa's work on Gold Rush. When re-watching those Gold Rush episodes that feature John Schnabel, it's impossible not to see how completely his grandson Parker Schnabel hung onto every nugget of mining wisdom the elder statesman had to offer. And perhaps even more heartening to see in said episodes is just how much John delighted in Parker's success, even as his health began to decline. As for John's tutelage, Parker clearly welcomed it throughout the first few seasons of Gold Rush, admitting in a tribute clip for his grandpa, "I always wanted to follow in his footsteps." If you've been watching Gold Rush over the years, you know Parker has followed in those footsteps, and then some. In fact, he's gone on to become not just a fan favorite among the series' decidedly colorful cast of briny miners, but one of the top moneymakers in the history of the show. Still early in his career, Schnabel has already amassed a reported net worth of about $10 million. However, that sizable tally still does not land Parker in the #1 spot on the list of top Gold Rush moneymakers. It just so happens that the top dog on the show is one of Schnabel's other mentors, Tony Beets, who's worth a reported $15 million himself these days. Despite holding down the second-place slot, there's little question as to whether Parker has made his late great-grandpa proud. Given that his mining career is still more or less in its infancy, one has to think Parker may soon claim that top spot for himself. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe our channel. Thank you,